we've got a few more findings regarding the melted 5090 and some precautions you can take if you pick up one of these GPUs. So Der Bauer retested his 5090 Founders Edition in this video, but this time he used a brand new 12-volt high power cable from Corsair. He ran a benchmark and he found that the load was properly being distributed across the 6 wires this time. Way better than what he saw previously with his more used cable, where one of the wires was carrying over 20 amps. And of course the craziness that was the 150-degree wire. So the conclusion he made, and this makes complete sense, is that if there is any failure in the system, whether it's contact resistance or like a slight manufacturing defect when it comes to the tolerances, then the system's gonna fail because it's just super sensitive. And the 5090 Founders Edition card just wasn't designed in a way where it can tell if the 50 amps are flowing evenly across all 6 wires or only one, like how BuildZoid pointed out in his video. This is a really awesome video, by the way. You should definitely go and watch it. And here's something really interesting that Jay's 2 cents found. Ready for this? So he closely examined the pins on several cables under a microscope, and he found that some cables had nice, really uniform pin lengths, like this one from MSI, but others not so much. Also, do want to mention this pin comment from Jay, where he noted that Corsair reached out to him and said that these different pin lengths are okay, but I don't know, it kind of sketches me out. Anyways, we're still at like the speculation stage. So based off of all this information, what it all comes down to is you could basically have the 12-volt high power cable plugged all the way in. You know, you hear the click, everything looks good, but the pins themselves might not be making 100% contact. But quickly back to the MSI cable that Jay mentioned in his video. Not that this is definitive or anything, but I am using that same cable in my build, and it has me thinking, what if this is why I didn't see any weird temperature disparities across my wires when I ran my firm arc test? Like even my power supply side. Yeah, I mean, 40 degrees is hot, but it looked fine. But one more piece I want to talk about is this video by Tiny Tom Logan. Here he's specifically talking about his Astral 5090, which these cards are unique in the fact that they have current sensing built into them, so you can get an alert if something's going wrong. And he has these 2 cables right here, which have been used over and over and over again. And check this out. Load distribution errors are being thrown for both cables, most likely because he thinks these cables have just been used so much and they're at the end of their life. Because he noted that those errors all went away when he swapped out those cables for his Octopus cable that came with his 5090. Now, what I personally take away from all this is if you get a 5090, either A, use the brand new Octopus adapter that came with your 5090, which Jay also mentioned in his video here, or B, use a brand new 12-volt cable. You spent a lot of money on that GPU, so just spend a little more and grab yourself a cable. And with either of these points, once you plug in your cable or adapter, don't unplug it, just leave it in there, just in order to prevent any sort of like potential wear on the pins. Again though, this is all speculation and we're waiting to hear back from NVIDIA officially about all this. But the last thing I want is more melted 5090s.